Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. I'm going to have to rename today as Woo Woo Wednesday because another reading that I'm doing in regards to something that just is a bit alternate and caught my attention. So, the University of South California has been collecting data since 2010. So, what are we looking at? 14 years or so now. In regards to seismic data and nuclear tests, where the earthquakes are happening at the same location, or the nuclear tests are happening at the same location, and registering the output, the outcome, etc., of the Earth's movement from that seismic and nuclear testing data. And what's happened is they've actually come to the conclusion, after crunching it all, that the core of the Earth, which is a solid iron nickel ball surrounded by an iron nickel liquid, it's just that the pressure is so great in the middle, doesn't mean it's cooler, it just means the pressure is so great that it's formed a solid ball, is slowing slightly. Now, not slowing significantly. We're talking of fractions of a second per year. In fact, they've actually been studying this data for decades and decades and decades, but they have noticed since 2010 that there is a slowing happening. So, let's see if I don't feel that this is anything to be overly concerned about, but it is of interest. There is a lot of speculation going around at the moment that the poles, the Earth poles, will the term is flip, but they don't really like flip. It's not like you wake up one morning and all of a sudden magnetic north has suddenly become magnetic south. Apparently, it does take about what are we looking at? I did write it down. It does take a couple of 100 years for the magnetic pole to switch from end to end. And it has happened, as far as scientists can tell, by looking at geology and preserved tree fragments, wood fragments from fossils, etc., that this has occurred about 170 times in the last 100 million years. But the last time was about 780 million years ago, so we're a bit over, 780,000 years ago. So we're a little bit overdue, or we're just due for another one. And there is no evidence of catastrophe from these poles, the magnetic poles switching. Humanity actually hasn't been around, our current structures haven't been around, our current methods of communication haven't been around when this has happened. It is expected to cause quite a bit of disruption, but not the devastating catastrophe that is, in particular movies. So I want to have a look. What do we need to know about the Earth's core slowing? I'm using my Light Seers Tarot, and we'll see if we can nut down a little bit further. What do we need to know? Is there anything we need to know in energies in regards to the Earth's core slowing, the magnetic possibly switching from end to end? Let's have a look. Come on down. Ten of Pentacles, yeah, end of a cycle. And I'm drawn to the fact that they are circular cycles. So, yes, we are going to be looking at in the next while of the magnetic north flipping potentially to, not flipping, but changing to a magnetic south. So this is, end of a cycle. End of I'm just drawn to the circle fact. I was going to say end of to a legacy, but I'm really drawn to the fact that it is circular. It is a 10. It's an ending. We've got humanity here, but we've also got the wildlife, etc. It's just it's the ending and a new beginning. Okay. Queen of Wands. The inspirational spiritual queen bringing forward a new message. So there may be messaging that comes out about this that it is grounded, but it's also a shift in spiritual awareness as well. Okay, so that's the second signifier. The energy's going on behind the scenes. Nine of Wands, setting up guardrails, understanding, drawing a line in the sand basically, and standing defiantly behind this new message. Now, I know for some, swords are communication messaging cards. For me, it is wands. Wands are my planning, passion, communication, and career cards. So, my boys, my guides, and my cards, knowing that this is what wands are for me, bring the wands forward for this message. So we've got Queen and King, strength at the shoulder, bringing forward this new messaging, this new information. There are some boundaries that are going to be set up, need to be set up, some guidelines, and then I'm going to say protections. There's going to be some protections that will need to be set up, and then we need to stand defiantly behind those protections and stand defiantly knowing that this is coming. Okay. The Page of Cups. We are going to feel like we've had our legs swept out from underneath us. It is going to potentially take us by surprise. I'm getting a feeling it's going to happen quicker than expected, is what I'm really feeling, that it's going to happen quicker than expected. It's not going to be a literal severing, but we're really going to have to do some changing in the I'm just going to say in our expectations, because it's going to cause absolute chaos for satellite communications to start with, and chaos in regards to some migrating animals are going to go, what the heck? The ones that rely on their attraction to magnetic north are going to have a what the heck moment as things shift. I do feel it's going to happen quicker than what we expected. It almost feels like we're going to have our feet swept out from under us. But there's nothing nasty happening here. And we've got strength of community, strength of coming together, strength of protection, there's a feminine strength here, and feminine strength is very much about um, uh, community, compassion, empathy, looking after those that are perhaps less able to. So yeah, this is coming. The change is coming. Seven of Swords. Not surprised he's turned up. Lies, deceit, betrayal, but shining the light on it. So there'll be an element that will be doomsday, end of the world type of uh, spouting conspiracy theory. Just shine the light on it so that they can be seen for the devious, ulterior motives that they are. Because, end of a cycle. Now, each reading today, I've got this card. It is an end of a cycle where we come together. It is emotional culmination where we come together. So looking at these two contrasting cards, this is about working together, coming together, protecting, again, end of cycle, two of those as well. Just setting up some, having, it's not going to happen this week, but when there becomes the warning, don't panic buy, but just make sure you have food and water on hand, perhaps hand recharging for your mobile phone or something. Just make sure you've got what you will need to enough for you, your pets, perhaps your neighbours as well, those that get caught out. Just have enough on hand for, I'm going to say, the foreseeable future. I'm not talking about years. I'm talking more about perhaps 3 to 4 weeks, something along those lines. Okay, the outcome. Goodness me, what have we got? 3 10s so far. End of cycle. End of all that we have known before, all that we have bought into before, that is no longer relevant. This is changing cycle. This is about letting go of everything that we had previously invested ourselves in as being necessary, but in reality we come to an understanding that they're not. And as we move into this new cycle, only taking forward what we need as we move forward in this new wisdom, this new truth, this new reality. This is very much about a shift in our acceptance of our soul energy, but it's going to be okay. Love it. We've got a king at the start and a king at the end there. It's going to be okay. Stability, calm, peace. It's part of this shift into this new understanding of spirituality, soul energy, that is going to bring this new era of calm and stability and understanding, and bought with love. Do love these cards. On the base, we've got the Hierophant. Very much about stepping in, taking control of our lives, deciding what we want our future to be like on a personal level, and taking one step at a time to reach this new level. It is a goal of peace and balance and moderation and freedom and spirituality, moving forward slowly and steadily. I love this, working together, where we step into an emotional freedom and an emotional joy energy. The King of Swords, this is about trusting the science, trusting the reality, the truth, drawing the sword of truth and understanding that our actions have consequences. Sharp kick up the backside. So this process of the earth core is going to give us a swift kick up the backside and encourage us to move forward towards a future that looks really good. So this is all part of the process of the 3 readings today, and I think that's why I really felt a need to do all 3 readings today. There are some that will find themselves in this fearful position, fearful of moving forward. They will be stuck in the past, basically, unable to, and it's no different to what we see currently already. Nurturing, understanding, caring, compassion, but there is going to be some of this sabotaging, fear-mongering messaging that comes out. Look at it clinically, without emotion, assess it, because we are stepping into this new age of love, of partnership, of working together, and it's going to be fine. It is going to be fine. But just be aware, as in everything else that new that comes forward, there is going to be an element that retreats into the fear-mongering and the conspiracy theory and propaganda, etc., because they are scared. And we need to understand that. So, no, I think everything's going to be fine, but I will. What deck am I wanting? Actually, I'm wanting this deck. I'm just going to use my own deck here. And I just want to have a bit of a little, it's going to be a difficult message for some to hear, but it's a straight line rule. The Earth has done this at least 170 times in the last 100 million years that science has been able to identify. It hasn't brought about the end of the world, but it is going to be a little bit chaotic in the meantime. And I think it's going to, I think it might catch us unexpected with the fast there, in that it's almost like, yeah, it's coming. Oh, there it was, type thing. Not tomorrow, but it feels sooner. And when I say sooner, it feels like before the turn of the century. So what have we got? That's 70 something years to go. So it's not overnight. It feels like it'll be before the end of the century. So let's have a look. Show me about the Earth's core. Been registered as slowing. There is expectation that the magnetic north will become the magnetic south. I suppose, I don't know, is it then magnetic north just on the other end? I'm not quite sure how they'll work. Let's have a look. Okay, it feels like it's a little teeter, and then it teeter, and then over it goes. Okay, so show me, what do we need to know? But it's not feeling fearful at all. What do we need to know about this? So it's very possible that those born today will see this happen. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm feeling in connection with the previous two readings on the pyramids and on the monoliths. Not saying that those two are causing that, I'm just saying that these three readings need to be together because they're part of a whole. Okay, come on. WHOLE, in case you're wondering. Right, these first two cards came out. Fear. Absolutely. There will be fear, but it will be fear from those that like to be in control. I'm not just saying men, it's masculine energy. Masculine energy, it's sort of the yin and yang. It's not, we all have masculine energy with us, we all have feminine energy within us, but the masculine energy is the one that likes to be in control, the one that likes to dictate what is going to happen, the one that is the doing energy and feels like it needs to be doing at all times. Whereas the feminine is the more gentle, compassionate, going with the flow, connection with self, connection with community type energy. So there will be this fear, and we already see this sort of thing playing out in regards to the rise of equality for women, or for those who are um, in the varied genders or the varied abilities or whatever it is. We already see this fear being played out by an element that want to be, or they just find insecurity when they're not in total control of a situation. It's going to be transformative, and it is our destiny. It is destiny. A lot of noise, but trust the science. Trust the science. There may be restriction on things like, I'm going to say satellites, but anything that relies on satellites. It's the air travel card, but I'm feeling it's more about the non-ground based technology. Can I put it that way? The non-ground based. Okay. It will restrict in the short term. Okay. the key for countries is to embrace the family groups, embrace the networks, embrace the communities. The swamp, the sun shining on the swamp. Okay. Communication will be knocked out. Yeah, communication's going to. So anything that relies on airborne technology. So we're talking about Wi-Fi, internet, that sort of thing's going to be knocked out. We're going to have a swamp period where it's going to feel like we're in the dark, not literally, but compared to what we're used to at the moment. But the sun is still shining. The dollars and physical money will, for a period of time, become irrelevant. I'm not going to say it's going to end up in what you see in the movies with every man for themselves trying to kill each other to get some food or anything like that. Just be aware that, well, cryptocurrency for one is going to find itself in a big pickle if it's only exists on the internet system, the in the ether. But money's not going to have the power that it did because you can't eat money. Can't eat money, can't drink money. So just be aware. Okay, we've got here angry, yes, a lot of anger at the rulers, perhaps. Okay, thank you. Anger at rulers, possibly because of feeling that you didn't tell us this was coming, you didn't warn us, you didn't protect us. Intertwining, no, lightning strike, wealth, in, go, the earth. Okay. Forward movement for the earth, well, also the earth rotating. Anger, yes, at the rulers, the rulings, those that are intertwined with wealth are going to find themselves, I'm just going to say irrelevant, struck down is probably more to the point. It's going to be a difficult message, but there is going to be this realization that emptiness is out, destruction, comfort, time, poverty is going to be in the past. This is massive shift energy, massive shift about how we view the order of our world, and those with money and those with obscene wealth are going to find that they don't have the power that they have anymore. This devil energy is going to find itself at a crossroads as we move into the positive. Going to fast, celebrate abundance for all. And that may be the time where they truly come to earth, truly show themselves. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So I'm not saying that there's sort of anything to fear. I know we've got the rest in peace card. I know we've got the devil energy card. I know we've got the struck down and destruction card. But the cards around them are the ones that tell the story. And it just does tell me that it's going to be an ending in our perception of cash and wealth. And there may also be an ending in the in social media, which, to be honest, is not necessarily a bad thing. But it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. There is going to be disruption, absolutely, in the way how things were done. But it's also an opportunity to rebuild to what can be new. So, Tower moment, basically. Now, Tower moment is if unless the genuine meaning of the Tower moment is about breaking down of the old that no longer serves so that new can be rebuilt. And I just really feel that this is going to be a catalyst moment. So let's see how it plays. Love to keep the conversation going. Yeah, if you've got any questions, ask away. I'm more than happy to do more readings like this. Love to you all. Take care.